YouTube? Welcome back to a short little equipment update. Bought some things, sold some things, changed some things. First up, I'm now using Lasky 90D on all of my bass trombones. I tried playing the 93D for a while, and I really like it, but the rim size is just a little bit bigger than my face really wants to deal with. My face really perfectly matches the Greg Black 1G that I've been playing for a long time. But the 1G .312 number 2 that I have two of those. They're great. They're just a little deep, and I can make it work. But this 90D has the same size rim, a little bit different rim contour, but it feels the same size. And it's just a little bit shallower. Just enough. It's got the same throat, and of course, who knows what the back bore is? It's probably totally different, but the same size throat. So it feels really similar in a lot of ways, but it's just a little bit shallower, and it makes everything easier. Everything except for like the loudest pedals, I guess. Not even really those. It kind of evens out. But the high range is better. I can center things right away. Articulations are a lot better. And so I'm just using this. But it's missing some plating. And so I need to get it plated. And it turns out that Greg Black actually sells as a stock mouthpiece now not Bach, I just want to keep saying Bach, a Greg Black 1GS .312 number 2. So the same specs, but shallower. So I have one of those on order. Hopefully it comes soon. Who knows? The Greg Black operation has changed a lot in the last year. He has an assistant now, so things actually get done, And I'm really excited to see how that turns out, because if it's basically this, but a Greg Black, I'm set. I'm very happy with that, because this has been really good, but I need to play a mouthpiece that has 100% plating on it. And I'd rather have something to play while this is getting plated. So different mouthpiece, and I kind of feel like I'm settling on it. I keep, cycling through my other stuff to check, and I'm like, nope, feels too big. Articulation's not good, or I'll go to small stuff, and I'm like, no, that feels awful. This is feeling really good, so we'll see. I'm really excited about the Greg Black, if nothing else. I sold the King 2B. It is now gone. If you wanted it, too late. I'm a little sad. That horn was stellar. Like I said, not many horns that I regret selling. Every once in a while, I'm like, I kind of missed something. That horn was stellar. It was so good. I made the mistake of playing it a little bit before I sold it, and I was like, oh man, I'm not sure if I should sell this. I did end up selling it, and I'm not going to regret it that much. It's an instrument I probably wouldn't use that much. I have a 16M that does the same thing, and my 16M is also magic. It's also really good. I don't need two horns like that. So 2B is sold. I am going to miss it. It was really good, but it's gone now. And to replace it, I bought another 16M. Yeah, I know. I just said I had one 16M. I actually have two 16Ms now. As a reminder, the Bach 16 No-M is a dual bore trombone. I think it's 495/508 for the bores. It has a normal gooseneck or neck pipe, this thing that I'm tapping with my head. The 16M has a straight 508 slide, like a 3B, and it has the M neck pipe, which is larger than the normal neck pipe. And I found this 16M-ish, I think it's a 16M, on Facebook for pretty cheap. And I messaged the guy like, hey, I'll take this if nobody else does. And he's like, well, somebody else did. It's gone now. And I was like, okay, I missed it. And then a couple days later, he's like, that guy welched and he didn't buy it. And I was like, I'll take it. So here it is. This is a corporation, which is neat. My 16M is just a 90s horn. Nothing special about it, except the way that it plays. This is a corporation 16. It just says 16 on the bell. In the ad, I couldn't tell. All I could tell was that it had a light slide, and that could just be an LT16 with the dual bore. But this actually says 16M on it. So this is the straight 508 slide. Usually people like the straight 508 slide more. The dual bore 16s are pretty weird, and these are already weird, so they're like even more weird. So a good find, and it's actually in pretty good shape. It's not perfect. You can see there's a little like too much angle right here, and so the slide and bell are kind of parallel. On one that's in perfect shape, they should face away from each other like this. That's not a huge deal. It's not like your hand is really close to the bell or anything. The bell's been semi beat up. I've seen worse. It's definitely got some crunches that have been rolled out, but it's in good shape, and it sounds good too. It plays well. It's got a bit different sound than my 16M, my previous one. It's a little bit wider, a little bit darker because it has a brass crook instead of a nickel crook. It was taken off at some point. I assume because it got crunched or something and they just put on whatever would fit. It's also got a replacement slide lock from not a Bach trombone, but it works. And yeah, now I have two 16Ms. What am I going to do with two 16Ms? Probably sell this one. I don't need two. And my other one is magic. It has really got something special to the sound and to the way it plays. But this is also really good. And I'm surprised because I've had a 16M before that one that was not that good. It was just kind of weird. It didn't sound bad. It didn't play badly, but it was weird. And this one just seems to kind of not be weird. It's not as good as my magic one, but it is pretty good. So yeah, got another 16M. To replace another small jazz horn. Probably just going to get sold. Nothing special is going to happen with this. I was kind of thinking like, ooh, should I put a 3B valve on here and have a 16, what would that be, 16 MB, BM, BOM, 16 BOM, something like that. Probably not going to do that. That's a lot of work, and I don't really need 16 with a valve, as cool as that would be. Maybe someday in the future, though. Anyway, I also bought a slide that cost just a little bit more than the Greg Black mouthpiece that I bought. So, very expensive mouthpiece and a very cheap slide. Very interested to see how this slide turns out. The slide is also a Shire slide. Very cheap. We'll see how that goes. It'll work on my large tenor, which eventually will be done. Very excited for that. Who knows when it's going to be done. You know, my bass took 18 months. The tenor has already taken a few amount of months itself. Who knows? I'm semi-happy with the 42 I have right now, but I would really like to have like the most amazing special 42 in the world. Oh well, it'll get done. And that's about it. I'm going to go rest because I'm getting over getting sick. I just had a little sore throat, getting a COVID test in a couple days. We'll see how that goes, and I'll see you guys next time.